Hello ladies and gents, this is Mr. Zilich, and in this video we're going to talk about the slope of lines. So we're going to have 5 definitions today, the first being rise. This is the difference in y values of 2 points. Run is the next definition, and this is the difference in x values of 2 points. So obviously, pretty similar. But the one difference is that the rise deals with y values and the run deals with x values. Now the slope is commonly referred to as rise over run, or more mathematically speaking, y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. I've given us 2 points in the bottom left corner, A and B. A is going to be 4, 2, and B is going to be 0, 5. And I've very nicely given us a label for them. I've labeled A as x1, y1, and B as x2, y2. And so as a nice quick example, we're going to find the slope between these 2 points. And I'm just going to nicely substitute these values in to this formula right here that we have as our definition. So, for our y2 value, we have 5 minus our y1 value, which is 2, over x sub 2, which is 0, minus x sub 1, which is 4. Simplifying this, we have 3 over negative 4. This means that we will rise positive 3, and then we will run to the left 4 spots. If you have a negative, you go to the left for the run. If you have a positive run, you go to the right. Similarly, if you have a positive rise, you go up, and if you have a negative rise, you go down. And so this is our slope between the 2 points, A and B. Next, we are going to talk about the 4 different types of slope. So once again, types of slope. So, our first one, be good old positive. And this is going to be an uphill battle. So, a positive slope will always start in the bottom left corner and go to the top right, and the coefficient of the slope will be positive. 2 is negative, and opposite of the positive, we're going to start in the top left corner and then go down to the bottom right. And the coefficient will have a negative sign in front of it. Number 3 is going to be 0. And so if I have a nice graph right here, a line with slope 0 will be perfectly horizontal. And this will be parallel to the x-axis. Our fourth and final type is going to be undefined. And this, on a graph with a y and x, this is going to be perfectly vertical. And so, the line I just made, this is going to have a slope that is undefined. So these are our 4 types of slope. So next, we are going to talk about perpendicular lines as well as parallel lines. And first, we are going to do parallel lines. And again, these are definitions. So, parallel lines in respect to the slope are 2 lines that have the same slope. The important part is the same, exactly the same number. And parallel lines will have a shorthand just like 2L's, 2 parallel lines. Perpendicular lines will be 2 lines that have opposite reciprocal slopes. And the important part here is opposite reciprocal. And this means if I have a slope of AB for one line, the opposite reciprocal to this would be negative B over A. Or if I have a negative A over B as the first slope, then the opposite reciprocal would be B over A as a positive number. And the shorthand for perpendicular lines is a nice upside down T such as that. And so soon we are going to compare the slopes of different lines, see if they are parallel, see if they're perpendicular, or if they just simply intersect. As always, this is a Mr. Z production.